Hello, everyone. Ben Briggs here for PPC Better, your Nashville-based digital sales agency. And today we're going to dive into some Reddit Q&A. So let's go ahead and get the screen share going, and we'll dive into r/PPC subreddit that spends a lot of time talking about Google Ads, Meta Ads, etc. And here we've got a question from Happy Honeydew 89. So, what skills should I learn to become a PPC specialist? I'm a total beginner. So, hey everyone, I want to learn to be a PPC specialist, but I'm a complete beginner. Don't know where to start. Really needs a job. So, what skills should I learn from basic to advanced? What tools are most important for PPC work? And how can I practice and build experience without a job? So, we'll take each one of those on in turn. So, what skills should I learn from basic to advanced? We're just going to go with the basic for now. The advanced is definitely beyond the scope of this quick video. But as far as the basics, you should understand keywords and match types, how exact phrase and broad match keywords work, and then it's really important to understand how those map to queries. So an exact match keyword used to be just exact, like it wouldn't even give you the singulars and plurals, but now we have what's called close variants, which means that if you've got a keyword for Nashville plumbers, you could also show up for Nashville drain cleaning. You can also show up for related things. So exact isn't totally exact. Singulars, plurals, close synonyms, words rearranged can all show up. Once you go up to phrase match or broad match, the matching the close variants becomes even more broad. So, for example, if you were a lawyer or a plumber or a trucking company, then it's possible that if you buy the word plumbing company or trucking company, or if you buy any of those kind of non-branded phrase matches, then instead of just showing up when people search for plumbing companies near me, you're also going to show up for the name of every single plumbing company. So that's understanding how the keywords map to the queries and how that impacts your conversion rate. What kind of categories these keywords are. Are they brand? Are they non-brand? Are they conquest keywords? So understanding how keywords match to queries and what are the different sorts of keywords is very important. In general, what we recommend is that you keep your brand traffic in your brand campaign, you keep your non-brand traffic in your non-brand campaign, and you keep your conquest traffic separate from all of that. Now, it can get pretty complicated, all of the different automations that we use to accomplish something like that in 2025, but the basics of it are you should be setting up your campaign, start running the traffic, and then make sure that you're reviewing your queries on a daily, weekly basis. So you understand what people are typing in when they're seeing your ads. So understanding how keywords map to queries, and then managing negative keywords to make sure that your campaign's bringing in the kind of traffic that you want is the one of the main fundamentals in learning how to be a search marketer. So what tools are most important for PPC work? Here I've got to go to conversion tracking tools. So your GA4, your Google Analytics, your Google Tag Manager, so Google Tag Manager allows you to place tags like Google Analytics or the Metapixel, etc. So setting up conversion tracking and understanding what is a meaningful conversion and how do we track those is super important. And from a basic level, you should be able to set up conversion tracking for click to call. So you could create an event with Google Ads tag or GA4 in Google Tag Manager, and then track when people click on the phone number. You should also be able to track form fills. So when somebody fills out the form, they'll either get a thank you message or a thank you page, and you insert your tag there, and that will communicate back to the platform that people are filling out the form. So those are kind of the basic conversion tracking tools, and those are the most important tools. You should also, if you're building out an initial campaign, if you're creating a campaign from scratch, you definitely want to look at the Google Ads Planner, the keyword planner, and that can give you ideas about what people are searching for to start with for your initial keyword build. So a couple important tools, the conversion tracking tools, your Google Tag Manager, your GA4, your Metapixel, and then also the add the Google keyword tool or keyword planner, where you can build out some initial keywords for your campaigns. How can I practice and build experience without a job? If you do have somebody in your personal network who has a small business, then you might be able to convince them to let you run with a small budget for a search campaign or for an LSA, like a local search ads campaign, to get some real life experience managing campaigns and things like that. You can also take the Google Ads certification. Google Ads has a program that you can work through and earn a certificate like the one on the wall back there. If you want to study the different Google Ads platforms, Google, YouTube, mobile, etc., and take the tests to prove your proficiency. So that's what I would recommend here to Happy Honeydew. So let's go over to we got A Carter 5251 asking about search terms. What's going on here? So new to Google Ads, been monitoring search terms to call out irrelevant searches for our services. So far today, I'm seeing 28 per impressions and 0 clicks. Well, so one problem that this user's having is that they're looking at their search terms the same day they came in. In a lot of cases, the search query reports will fill out 1, 3, even 7 days later. So if you look at traffic that's a week old or traffic that's at least from yesterday, then you're going to see more of the actual search terms. So showing 2 clicks in other search terms and 11,000 impressions. Now this might not be a pure search campaign. This could be a PMAX situation, or they could have search, display, and search partners all in the same campaign. And this could be leading these super high numbers of impressions and clicks that are not being reported on. But even if you wait for your data to mature, even if you you look at yesterday, you look at the last 7 days of traffic, there are going to be a lot of search queries that are in the other search terms bucket. Now, my understanding of of Google's position about why these search terms are in the other search term buckets are that they're protecting user privacy because the specific search was not done enough times, so they feel like it is potentially revealing private information if they show low volume queries to the advertiser. So there's going to be, a lot of times it's up to 50%, half of your traffic, you'll see what the actual queries are and half of the traffic you don't. A couple of the workarounds that we use for this are we're using AI to generate synonyms. So if we find a negative keyword, maybe we'll go over to ChatGPT and ask it for some synonyms of that keyword, and then maybe we'll get some additional ideas for negative keywords, and then we can actually preventatively go ahead and post those negative keywords. So even though we haven't necessarily seen a search on whatever it is that we're looking to block, we might go ahead and block that preemptively because we did see a search from that, but we just didn't get the report within the search terms report. So your search terms report is still useful, but there is a substantial amount of your traffic that's going to be hidden. And also wait for that data to mature before you go in there and look at the search terms. And finally, we have Jonathan Anomaly here asking about how to report on customer LTV. So they got a Shopify site. They want to report on customer LTV. So really lifetime value from an e-commerce perspective, what you're probably looking at are the follow-on purchases, or maybe you're selling a subscription product and you want to know how many repeat purchases are people making after they've come through your campaign, either your Meta Ads campaign or your Google Ads campaign. This is a really good question. And what we would focus on is integrating with your CRM, your customer relationship management software. With Shopify, you're going to have to bolt something on in addition to Shopify. Shopify doesn't really have a baked-in CRM that's super easy to use for this. So you could use a platform like Go High Level. And what we recommend is that somewhere in your customer sign up, the user is going to fill out a form with their name, email, phone number. You want to, at that point, if the user came in via Facebook ads or Google ads, you want to capture the Google Click ID or the Facebook Click ID and pass that into your CRM along with the customer information. And what that's going to allow you to do is keep track of purchases. Now, the window is only about 90 days, so you're not going to be able to necessarily, if your users are 18 months, they're making purchases every month for 18 months, and that's kind of a normal thing, then you're not necessarily going to be able to report back about every single purchase. But when you've got that Facebook Click ID or that Google Click ID, and then we also recommend bringing in some other parameters, such as your keyword, your ad group, your campaign, your ad set, if we're talking about Facebook ads. And so if you import those ad identifiers to your CRM, and then you keep track of the customers as they're making additional purchases, and you can also be sending emails to these customers, text messages, making, if you've got an offline sales team, maybe your offline sales team is even calling these people on the phone. Then when you're passing those ad identifiers along with your lead information, that makes it possible for you to keep track of and calculate your customer lifetime value. So that's what we recommend. If you want to track your customer lifetime value, then make sure that you've got a CRM included. With Shopify, maybe you'll have to do a little bit of custom coding to put a hidden field in there, and then maybe use a Zapier type platform to post the data to your CRM, and then you can keep track of customers who are making additional purchases. And really what we recommend, especially if you've got a subscription product where users commonly will stay customers for 12 months, 18 months, you should estimate your customer lifetime value. So if you drive 100 customers through Google Ads and they stay on average for 9 months, 9.3 months, whatever it is, multiply your monthly subscription cost times the 9.3 months, and just report that estimated value back to Google Ads immediately. And then what you're doing is you're using your customer lifetime value to report back to the platform about what your return on ad spend is. And then you can use return on ad spend bidding to optimize that to try to increase the customer lifetime value over time. So that's what we've got for today. Took a look at a couple of questions and gave the PPC Better opinion on that. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hit a like or a comment or subscribe if you like this content, you want to see more of it. And visit ppcbetter.com and request a strategy session if you want to learn about working with us as your digital marketing and digital sales agency. Thanks, everybody.